Most people don't fail with money because they're bad at it. They fail because their systems are too complicated to live with. If you want 2026 to actually feel different, calmer, lighter, more intentional, this video isn't about adding more rules, it's about building fewer money systems that quietly stick. Today, I'm walking you through 5 minimalist money systems I use, not tips, not hacks, systems designed to remove friction, not add pressure. I'm a certified process and planning quality manager. I audit waste and broken systems for a living, including financial waste. And the biggest pattern I see is this: when a system depends on motivation, it eventually breaks. When it's designed well, it runs quietly in the background. System 1, visibility window. Let's start with visibility because avoiding your money usually isn't laziness, it's being overwhelmed. Most people don't avoid their finances because they don't want to be responsible. They avoid them because uncertainty triggers anxiety. When you don't know where you stand, your brain fills in the worst possible scenario and avoidance becomes a coping mechanism. Minimalist finance doesn't mean tracking every dollar every day. It means intentional visibility. One defined window, weekly or monthly, where you look at your numbers, ask the same few questions, and then move on with your life. For me, that looks like checking balances, recent spending, and upcoming obligations. Not judging them, just observing. Research from the Financial Consumer Agency of Canada shows that people who regularly review their finances are significantly less likely to fall behind on bills or rely on credit for everyday expenses. Not because they're perfect, but because nothing sneaks up on them. This system reduces anxiety, removing uncertainty, not by creating control. Before we go any further, I want to ask you, what part of your money feels the noisiest right now? Let me know down in the comments below. System 2, pay yourself first, but smaller than you think. Starting with an amount that actually feels sustainable and won't trigger resistance or deprivation. Most people wait to save whatever is left over. The problem is, there is rarely anything left. That's the quiet power of financial minimalism. Saving stops being something you try to do and becomes something that already happened. That might be a small automated transfer to savings or investing, small enough that you don't feel deprived, but consistent enough that progress becomes inevitable. It sneaks up on you. So saving feels invisible, which doesn't feel like sacrifice. And that's why it sticks. Vanguard research shows that people who automate even small contributions are significantly more likely to stay invested long-term, especially during market volatility. This system works because the decision has already been made. Progress happens quietly in the background. System 3, remove willpower. I know, that must be a shock. If your financial plan requires willpower, it's already broken. We tend to blame ourselves for lacking willpower when really it's just a limited resource. It's not that you suddenly lose discipline, willpower just gets tired. By the time evening rolls around, your brain has already processed emails, work, decisions, and constant choices. Psychology calls this decision fatigue. It's the idea that as we make more decisions, the quality of those decisions declines, simply because our cognitive resources are getting depleted. And when we're faced with too many options, sales, apps, subscriptions, upgrades, we experience something called choice overload, which makes us more likely to avoid thinking or making impulsive decisions. That's why relying on willpower is such a fragile strategy. Minimalist money systems don't try to make you more disciplined. They change the default setting, so the better choice happens naturally. Saving happens automatically. Spending decisions are made ahead of time, and impulse buys get paused instead of justified. If this way of thinking about money feels calmer and more realistic for you, this channel is all about that. Financial minimalism, systems, and clarity without pressure. You can subscribe if you want more of that in your feed. System 4, lifestyle anchoring. Lifestyle creep isn't really about wanting more. It's about your idea of what's normal quietly shifting over time. What once felt like a treat slowly becomes a baseline, and then it just feels expected. Anchoring is choosing your normal on purpose, instead of inheriting it from income increases, social circles, or algorithms that constantly show you how other people live. When income grows, anchoring gives you a pause point. Instead of everything automatically upgrading, you decide intentionally. Some of that money goes to future you, some goes to upgrades that genuinely improve your life, and some stays as margin breathing room. That margin is what keeps money feeling calm instead of tight. This system isn't about denying yourself more. It's about making sure growth creates freedom and flexibility, not a lifestyle you constantly have to keep up with. System 5, the monthly reset. This isn't about tracking every dollar for control. It's about using tracking as feedback. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Any system without feedback slowly drifts, even a good one. Once a month, you're simply checking in and asking what worked, what drifted, what's one small adjustment I can make. Maybe spending crept up in one area, but your overall savings still moved in the right direction. Or an automation needs a small tweak. Nothing dramatic, just calibration. That's what keeps you in the driver's seat, without micromanaging your life or thinking about money every day. Most people don't need more financial knowledge. They need systems that respect how humans actually work. Minimalist finance cuts the noise, not the things that improve your life. Less clutter, more freedom, so your money supports your life instead of complicating it. If this video helped you rethink how your money works in the background, I have another one that you really like. Thank you for sticking around. See you next week.